title. The title of this video is a sparring knockout that happened a while back in Steenwijk. Actually, the same place I'm headed to as we speak. Um, this happened at a gym called Sport Inn. Owner of the gym is his name is Koinkist. He's a judo champion and a gym owner. Back in those days, he owned the gym, and Franz something had just passed away. Franz something is was the karate instructor and kickboxing instructor in Stanley back in the days. I actually trained with him back in those days, back in the 90s, 2000s. I trained with him, and that's where I started doing my Dutch kickboxing training and my karate training as well. Both of those. Either way, when I came back to Holland, I started training there. That was the first place I started training again because it just made sense to train where I'd always trained with the same team I trained since I was a kid. And but when I first got back, I didn't tell anybody who I was. And by that I mean I didn't tell anybody that I was a black belt or that I had already fought a lot or that I was bouncing and all that. By the way, YouTube gave me this beanie and mug. Getting presents from YouTube lately, which is nice because I haven't got anything from them in 6 years. So after 6 years of 2,200 videos and 35,000 subscribers, further I finally started getting stuff from them, which is nice. Anyways, back to the story. When I got there, I didn't tell anybody who I was for reasons. You should never fight blindly. You will read this in the Art of War. You will read this in the Bruce Lee books to be like smart when you fight, right? So there's no point in me showing up there and fighting blindly against people I don't know. So first thing I did is just act like I didn't know shit. Take the class, train, observe, observe, observe. By after a week, 2 weeks, maybe three, I already knew everyone's moves. Like I already knew we had who was left-handed, who was right-handed, who liked doing high kicks, who had power, who didn't have power, who I had to worry about, etc. All that kind of stuff. So um, I waited patiently to see who's doing what, and then when I finally knew everybody's weaknesses and how I would respond to everyone's attacks, then I decided to slowly start sparring. And I must have sparred for about a week or 2 weeks, and it's not like I had to kick anybody hard in the head in the beginning because one of the first people I sparred was the instructor, and I actually tapped him with a wheel kick, but I just tapped him. I didn't kick him hard. Only let him know what's up, and he looked at me like, "Oh shit, this guy can kick, right?" And he told me, "You can kick me hard." And you may wonder, what the hell? Did he really say that? Well, that's actually normal in Holland. You may be surprised, but Holland is the only country where people really fight hard at the gyms. In other countries, they don't do that. It's not normal. This is the same reason why the Dutch are the best kickboxers in the entire world. A lot. You know what's funny about that is that a lot of Dutch people don't know this shit. If you ask the average Dutch person, what's the one sport that the country's the best at? Holland. There's only one sport where nobody even gets close to Holland, and that's kickboxing. It ain't soccer, it ain't ice skating, it ain't cycling, it ain't none of this other shit. Even though most people here wish it was that, the reality is the only sport that Holland is the best at, number one in the world, is kickboxing. From every 20 champions, 18 are Dutch worldwide. But Dutch people in Holland tend to think that kickboxing is the way it is in Holland and that it's like that in every country. It's like, dude, it's not like that in every country. It's not like every country has a Badr Hari and shit or a Alistair Overeem or a Rico Verhoeven. It's only here, motherfuckers. So it's funny to me how many Dutch people don't know this. Uh, Other countries like America, Mexico, Spain, everyone knows this. It's like common knowledge that the best fighters are in Holland. Anyways, that said, this is reasons why I also don't just go in there and fight these guys. And sure enough, after sparring for like 2 3 weeks, the class bully whose name was Jan, he was like a tall guy, like 6'7", more or less, like really tall. Nobody in the class could take him. He was always beating the fuck out of everybody, which was yeah, a lot of people were intimidated by him, but I already knew how to respond to him because the only high kick he did was with his left leg, like a high left kick. So I already knew he kicked high with left. So I already knew that if he did that, I could just counter him with my wheel kick. So when I started sparring him, I just kept my distance. I didn't try to punch or kick. I just kept going back. Every time he threw a shot, I just kept going back, kept going back, kept going back. And eventually he threw that high kick and I blocked it. And dude, like he kicks hard. So my hands went all the way down to here, kind of touched my head and then moved me that way. Um, took a few steps in this direction. And then I was just waiting for him to do it again. Sure enough, first he told me to not move. He's like, blijf stil, ga niet achteruit. And then I told him, you know what, vecht jij maar hoe jij wil, ik vecht hoe ik wil. Which means, why don't you fight how you want, I'll fight how I want. I'm gonna go back all day if I want. I'm not about to stand there and get punched and kicked by you, dude. So he missed every shot he threw, he missed. And then eventually he threw the high kick again. And then I caught him with the wheel kick. And then when I threw the wheel kick, I must admit, I kicked him as hard as I could. I didn't have no mercy on the guy because he was doing that to everybody else, anyways. But I really hit him hard, like with the heel. And I was aiming for his head, but I caught him in the cheekbone. I kicked him so hard that the cheekbone broke. This cheekbone broke, and he needed eye surgery. They took him to the hospital and shit. It might have been the most extreme knockout they've seen in Steenwijk. And this was before I even stood at the door here as a bouncer in the coffee shop, Aline. Because after this, I got a job as a bouncer at the coffee shop. You can't make this shit up. Like every time you fight, people offer you jobs as fucking night smiter or bouncer or whatever. It's like it's very normal. In Mexico was the same. But in Mexico, I actually did a legit MMA fight before I got offered this kind of work. So, train is moving. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, the guy was hospitalized, and I must say, everybody else I've knocked out before, I never usually know how they're doing after. Like for example, when I've knocked out people at work, only with the arrests I've had here, I've known because the cops show me the pictures. But most of the time, I don't know how they're doing afterwards. Like in taekwondo tournaments, there's 10 fights going on at the same time. And if someone gets knocked out from a different state, from a different school, they take him out in a stretcher in the ambulance. He leaves, you get your medal, and you never know how they were doing after that. So, like I've had colleagues that I traded with that got knocked out, and the people that knocked them out never went to the hospital to see how they were doing. But anyways, Holland is small, Steenwijk is small, so at some point the trainer called me and he's like, "Hey, dude, we need to go with the owner to see this guy. He just got released. He's at home." I was like, "Is this fucking necessary?" I gotta go see the guy I knocked out, and it was a little awkward, you know, because yeah, he had like a everything here was like purplish and reddish, the eye too, and yeah, I looked a little bit freaky, you know. Surprisingly enough, the guy is like a normal family guy, 2 kids, a wife, big house, computer nerd. So you would think if you're a computer nerd and you're making good money with computers, what the fuck are you doing kickboxing, getting your face punched in? You know, but sometimes people are bigger and stronger and they like to bully. So that was one of these guys that kind of like bullies other people all the time in class and shit. So yeah, sometimes they get what they deserve, and it was pretty normal actually. I remember when the wife came to the door, she was like, "Hey, how you doing? You guys don't have to worry about us being violent with you. We're not gonna kick your asses, etc." And then yeah, and that was it. We went in, sat down, met his kids, had coffee, but you could tell the CTE. You could see the CTE in his face. Like he really had severe CTE. You could tell his eyes had changed a bit. Like his eyes went from looking pretty chill like this, you know, to when I saw him, he had this look where his eyes were like wide open. It was freaky, dude. Like his eyes were like his face changed. There was something different about his eyes after the knockout. Yeah, again, he still had something here from the surgery. Like he had something covering here, so but I could see the redness in his eyes still bloodshot. Like again, he almost lost his eye. For any of you guys who doubt this story, you guys can call Sport in Steenwijk and ask. Because in Steenwijk, this story is common knowledge, you know. So this was when I first moved to Holland, already knocking people out and stuff, before I even had a YouTube channel. Yes, Johnny Depp Pablo. Yes, Raymond Deckers was Dutch and so was Bas Rutten, guys. That is true. Noble Devil says was this is true. Yep, this is true, bro. Iris van Dutch says, "Hi, guapo." Hola, mi amor. How you doing, baby? Love you too. Broke Arrow says, bro, you look like Johnny Depp from Blow. Thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. I get to Johnny Depp a lot. People tell me all the time I look like Johnny Depp or Pirates of the Caribbean, Blow. I like Blow myself a lot better than Pirates of the Caribbean, I must say. You know, he's got that long blonde hair and shit. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, and then surprisingly enough, what you guys may think what we talked about. Well, Jan, the guy knocked out, asked us. He's like, I heard I threw some good shots and kicks before I went out. I was like, yeah, you sure did. You were throwing all kinds of shots. And he didn't really remember. Then I told him I was backing up from your shots, and then you told me, blijf staan, ga niet achteruit. And then, which means stay still, don't go back. And then I was like, thinking to myself in English, motherfucker, you fight how you want. And then I just told him in Dutch, vecht jij hoe jij wilt. And he didn't like that. He looked frustrated. But the thing is, with fighting, a lot of people have this idea that if you get angry, you win. You don't. You got to stay calm. You got to stay relaxed. You got to use your freaking head when you fight. And it's not all about strength. It's more about speed and strategy and kicking people in the right spot at the right moment. So, yeah, I knocked him out. I knocked him out cold. I mean, my foot, my heel, and my calves were sore and hurting from my heel connecting on his head. That's how freaking hard I kicked him. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm actually on my way to this town now because I have to do my community service there. I got 200 hours and I decided to do them in this town because I have more freedom. Everyone lets me do my job. Nobody really tells me what to do. I don't have anybody from the probation watching me like I do in Enschede. So in this town, it's a lot more chill, and I have to be in both cities anyway. So yeah, I'm doing full days right now this week. I want to finish these fucking hours and get the hell out of here and go back to Spain. I'm so sick and tired of living here, but I cannot leave until I finish these hours because it's mandatory. Like community service, taakstraf, werkstraf, whatever they call it in Holland, you have to do it. You cannot like not do it. So I wish I could just pay it like in the US. You know what I mean? Like that would be much nicer. Got plenty of money. Look right here, fucking like €1,000 here cash. I could pay the fucking shit, but I can't pay that here. They fucking make you do it. Remember when I lived in LA and I got tax strap for community service? I just paid it off and I didn't have to do it. It's much better like that, man. Fucking shit, these motherfuckers make you waste your time. I hate wasting my time more than wasting my money. I'd rather pay and not waste time than save money and waste time. You don't get your time back. Money you can fucking replace and shit. Anyways, I'm going to rant here. I was not going to curse in this video. I'll stop cursing. Any more questions, guys? Because I'm almost at my destination. I got 2 minutes. And then I only have 15 minutes to get to this fucking work. Hope I don't get there on time. Last time I was late and they told me to leave. But, I cannot make it any quicker than this. The trains don't get here any faster than this from Enschede. So I can perform miracles. Besides, I don't really care if they send me home. Whatever. Stay back. I'll just keep streaming. Whenever I lose the internet, I'll lose the internet. Bang. Oh, fuck. I forget to check out. I'm almost going to leave without checking out. Checking in, checking out. Yeah. So this is the town where it all happened. In case you guys want to look it up, it is Steenwijk in Overijssel, and the place was Sport Inn, owner Colin Kiss. So you guys ever want to call, verify the story, go right ahead. They will let you know how it went down. Knocking people out is what I do. It's like not a hobby. It's a fucking way of life for me. You know, Holland is nice and shit, but if you guys ever come here, I must warn you, avoid small towns. In small towns, people are very racist and stupid, like straight up. They're even racist against people from other towns. Like if you're from Amsterdam and you come to Steenwijk, they will be racist against you for being from Amsterdam, even though you're Dutch. It's it's racism at another level in these little towns, bro. The funny thing is with me though, I can fight and I don't give a fuck. When people act stupid, I'll call them out. It's like when you already have a criminal record like me, it doesn't fucking matter anymore, right? What's the worst they can do? See what I'm saying? People are stupid. He sees me walking, won't move. I just got here and it's already starting. Motherfuckers are idiots here, bro. Think I'm gonna move for you? Ain't happening. Every time I get into this town, I already walk with a violent attitude because these people just don't fucking understand here, bro. And the thing is, there's a lot of young cats now that don't know me. They act stupid. But let it be known, when I walk these streets, I'm the boss, motherfuckers. I'm the boss of these fucking streets, even though they don't know it. Luckily, at my work, a lot of people know me. Kind of known in this town. It's just the young cats. The cats that just turned 18 and shit like that. They don't know what's up, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's starting. People stare and shit. That's what they do. It's like, it's almost like people were not taught that staring and not saying hello is rude, you know? So, great. No, I'm probably for sure going to be late. So here we are, here we are, here we are. Da 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 da. Let's hope we still make it on time. Can you take this? Thanks. Hi there, how you doing? Oh, thank you. I figured you would, but I need one in the train. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Let us leave. I'm gonna leave this bag with you, and I guess I'll take this one. Okay, cool. I'm live streaming, obviously. Thank you. Yeah, it is definitely very, very cold. Yes, no doubt about it. But anyways, guys, I gotta end the stream. All right, catch you guys later. Peace out.